That's what it's all about. Woo!
So guys, it's finally the time. We will have Freevo here explaining his Deathblade and especially Remaining Energy build. We'll talk about Deathblade in general a bit too. He was the winner of our Gargadis clash. He was destroying basically all the competition. And he spent countless hours in Trixion, you know, practicing and finding it up and finding the right, you know, skills and choices in general to make this build like easily the highest ceiling DPS, I think, in general, for at least from what we've seen in Guardians, right? So let's pull Mr. Z Freevo in. I heard you got some coffee. I got some coffee. We're ready to get some talk in.
Yeah, we're ready to talk a bit today.
Okay, so let's start it. Death sentence.
For the tripods, we go for quick prep. We go for concussion because it's the best DPS option and it also increases the stagger on top of that. And critical blow for more damage. Yeah, it's gonna be a 12 and Rune is Galewind, so it feels very nice to use with Galewind.
Maelstrom.
Tripods, no change. It's same as usual. Orb control, Dark Order, quick cast, level 10, and Rune is legendary focus because this skill eats a lot of mana.
Cool. Earth Cleaver. Also a classic.
For the level and tripods, we can do a few different things with this skill.
Okay.
But what I recommend for people that are just learning the build is to go as you have it right now. It's level 10, it's push level 1, it's weak point 5, and leap attack maxed with Galewind Rune.
Okay, so basically you would say for highest ceiling you would go 5 push and 11 Earth Cleaver.
And 11 Twin Shadows, yes.
And 11 Twin Shadows and drop one of the orb control, like the orb control here on Twin Shadows, right?
Exactly, yep.
Okay, I got, okay. Cool. And Purple Galewind. Okay, Soul Absorber.
For tripods, it's no discussion. You just go Faces of Darkness and you go half because half is amazing utility, amazing damage. Rune is legendary Galewind. This skill feels amazing to use.
Okay, Spin Cutter, our synergy, right? Basically.
Yes, it's synergy and quick prep on level 1. We make some changes in here. Since we no longer play cooldown gem on Spin Cutter, having level 5 quick prep is very inefficient. Because the whole point of having quick prep on level 5 previously was if we would match it with level 9 or level 10 CD gem, we could freely upkeep adrenaline with this skill. But now we ditched cooldown gem, so we no longer play quick prep either. You can show the difference, Baker. What is between level 1 and level 5? It's only 1 second cooldown difference.
Yeah. Moving on to Void Strike. Must be one of the big skills because we have it on 12.
Now I fell in love with this skill again after they changed it to normal skill and also gave us the option of Rising Slash Tripod as a damage option tripod. And as for other options we take, we just play Orb Control in row 1 because this skill is already fast enough, so we don't need Swift Fingers, and the extra gauge is actually very helpful. Fist of Darkness for damage and Rising Slash for even more damage, while also not swapping this skill to charging skill.
Turning Slash. That's one of the newer skills.
We play Enhanced Strike on it. Second row, we are bound to Tenacity. We cannot pick anything else. If we play Concentrated Attack, none of the other options are necessarily great either, so...
Okay, that brings us to Twin Shadows.
Okay, so first row tripod. Here it's either level 1 Orb Control, level 5 Orb Control. The second row, it's only weak point detection. No other option really, and a forward slash is an insane tripod. This is what makes this skill one of the best mobility skills that someone could ever want to have.
Yeah.
And there's also one more thing that I wanna mention about this skill. If you hover over it, it also says no paralysis immunity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you know that forward slash actually grants you paralysis immunity?
No.
It does.
It doesn't say anywhere.
It doesn't say anywhere, but I tested it, and it does grant you paralysis immunity.
That's insane. So just the tripod, you mean?
Just this tripod.
Okay.
If you play with the other tripod, you don't have paralysis immunity, and this skill is unprotected. But if you play with forward slash, you have paralysis immunity on this skill.
That's insane.
Even though it's not said anywhere. So this is my approach for tripods on Deathblade. I would basically always prioritize those 5 tripods. And other than those 5 tripods, I would go for any of the last row tripods to get upgraded to level 5 first.
Okay.
So like half on it. Also, we can apply that to damage contribution chart that we made.
Okay.
But I would just always go for third row tripod on every of the skill from top to bottom priority of the damage chart.
Okay, so I made a build. I got quite lucky with my bracelet. Spec crit. I chose Curstal as a negative because I always had Curstal on my Deathblade, so I didn't mind the extra pots, right? And I don't have any character with EP1, so I didn't want to go EP1. It's a slightly less damage increase because it's only giving 3%, right? Versus EP. But yeah, I want the saver option where I don't have to pick up stuff and just play, right? I still have my old Surge gem from way back, like my very first level 10 gems she's using currently, but I might take it away.
Since we have almost equal damage contribution from all of our abilities, it's more important to get to a certain breakpoint of cooldown gems and then just equally upgrade all of our damage gems. What's important for cooldown gems is if you play with half build, it's good to have Soul Absorber 1 level above of your other cooldown gems, since we should always keep Maelstrom level and Void Strike the same. So on your example, you have level 8 on Maelstrom, level 8 on Void Strike. That's why you went with Soul Absorber level 9.
Okay, so it's always +1. It's kind of like on Striker, right? You do that too. So that's about the gems, right? Ideally, you want all on the same eye level. I mean, Surge obviously is a bit stronger. Soul Absorber is a bit stronger. Death Sentence and Void Strike, those are the 4 main damage gems. And then the other 3. But ideally, you want them all the same. I can show off your Deathblade a little. 1630, 1833 spec, 25 juicer weapon. You have the 40 elixir set. Your bracelet, you didn't get too lucky, you said, right?
No, it's 300k worth of gold in that bracelet, and I just gave up.
You also didn't get lucky with the 9/7, I see, just like me on my main.
I have both builds with Cursed 1 and EP1. I use Cursed for short fights or fights that reset your EP stack afterwards. Because EP is basically like Nightmare. Like Nightmare also resets after some gates, so that's where I use Cursed.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's about it for my engravings. No luck with 9/7 yet.
Which is honestly, that you'd want the Gogger Death Battle without a 9/7 is actually crazy. Okay, you obviously have full 10s because you play multiple Deathblades. Okay, you want to look at the damage contribution?
Sure. Yeah, so this is basically an ideal Triction part, assuming you have no variation in crit rate. So there was nothing like some skill had less or more crit rate than any other. I tested in 100% crit rate scenario, just so it's like pretty clear to see how it should look. Yeah. So in 0 downtime scenario, our Surge is our highest damage contributing skill. Then it's Soul Absorber by like getting a bit ahead of other skills. And our third skill is Death Sentence, and those 3 skills take like 50% of the pie. And other than that, there's all of our other abilities that are very close to each other. There's one more thing. I also tested that with Bleed Rune. Bleed Rune does around 1.1% of the DPS. This is too.
That's why you're not using one,
test,
right?
By the way, yeah. If we don't play with Bleed Rune, then your other skills are just getting a bit bumped up, but it's like 1% is almost like it doesn't exist, right? Yeah. There's only one thing here. So in Triction tests, my Awakening does only around 4% of my DPS. But in raid scenarios, if I use it with Atropine, I combine it with support buffs. If the boss is down, so also my domination stat is kicking in, my Awakening can do even up to 7% of my overall contribution. If it's a bit shorter fight or burst oriented.
So that's perfect, man. We have all the damage distribution, we have the gems. my character is set up, you want to show us a rotation in Trixion?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me go to Trixion then.
Same.
What you can do with the rotation, right, is ideally when you approach the enemy, right, let me just go over here. So when you approach the boss, you can stick to the ideal rotation, but you can also mix it around. It's not a rotation that is very strict. You should always use your skills depending on the scenario you're getting put in, right? So if situation demands on you to use turning slash for push immunity, you should do it instead of holding it or pressing other abilities in different order, right? Notable thing is also that Soul Absorber, Void Strike are your two main gauge generators, right?
Yeah.
So you should always try and hit those in Maelstrom.
Okay.
Just so you have no rotation issues with anything. Because look, my Maelstrom fell off now, and I can get the gauge with other skills.
Yeah.
And now let me just quickly showcase how the ideal rotation looks like, right? So the ideal rotation, as being shown on the chart, right, was Twin Shadows into Death Sentence, Turning Slash, Earth Cleaver, Soul Absorber, Void Strike, with using Maelstrom after using Spin Cutter, right? Okay, so this is how the cycle would look.
Holy. It just aligns so perfectly. If you guys look at the cooldown, holy crap. Okay, we need better gems, guys. Do you see the constant pump? Holy
It's
crap.
basically, it goes like that. It never stops. What's important is you should adapt on demand. So let's say boss, like you did one cycle, right? You did one cycle, and the boss is moving, right? Boss is moving, but he comes back, and you have all your skills off cooldown. You should prioritize Soul Absorber and Void Strike always.
Yeah.
Just so you get your orbs, and then you can do rest of the cycle, and on the next cycle you can fix it, right?
Yeah. What if you, like, what happened to me a lot is pressing Maelstrom twice.
Yeah. So that's a
For
fatal
example.
mistake you do. Pressing Maelstrom twice is a killer for your DPS.
Yeah.
It will fall off. I would press it again.
Yeah.
So we won't have Maelstrom for our next rotations. We have that period here, right?
Yeah.
And it will eventually it won't recover ever. Like now, look how much downtime we have.
Yeah. After every rotation, that's the problem. Yeah.
After every rotation, yeah. So ideally, you never wanna press Maelstrom twice.
So what can you do?
What can you do to recover from it? You need to take an L and either use your Awakening or do one cycle without using Maelstrom. So what we need to do is, I also play the less orb generation build, right? We need to do twice Spin Cutter into Twin Shadows, Death Sentence, Turning Slash, Earth Cleaver, Soul Absorber, Void Strike, into twice Spin Cutter, Twin Shadows, and we wait for Death Sentence again, and we have it, right?
Oh.
It's an L. Your rotation
That's a huge
takes
L, yeah.
Your rotation takes almost twice as long, so it's pretty much a 10-second cycle, because you use twice Death Sentence instead of being like 4 to 5 seconds. So you lose quite a bit, but you manage to recover your Maelstrom. If you mess up your Maelstrom and you use Awakening to recovery, like this, and you press your Surge too soon, you'll reset the cooldown from 1 second of the 0 stack. So you'll reset your cooldown by like half a second.
Okay, so you have to wait until it gets the stack and you're at 25, so you reduce it from the 25.
Exactly.
That's what you mean. Okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, that's important.
So
like here, you
if
wait.
If you ult recovery, you wait.
And now you surge.
And now you can surge, yep.
Okay, and then you do the 70% of that. Yeah, that's very smart. Okay, that might be something because I panicked and then I do the ult and surge, and you know it doesn't bring back my maelstrom. What about Atro?
What about Atro?
Is there
Okay.
a real best window, or is it because it's more constant DPS that you know you press it before the surge and ideally get one more surge in?
So it has pretty amazing burst if we use Awakening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how I like to burst. So always my ideal burst rotation is with 3 bubbles prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
That's
is
what
my
I meant,
ideal,
right? With starting
but-
with the surge.
Yeah. So I can start with the surge, right? And in that case, I would apply my synergy. I would surge while pressing Atro, and I would do 1 cycle normally, right? I would do
Yeah.
1 cycle normally into Maelstrom Awakening, into another 2 skills, another surge.
Okay, so
And
as
why we
much
use
as
those 2
possibly
skills
that.
is because to not fuck up our Maelstrom cooldown, right?
Yeah.
Because we need to wait a bit.
Okay, so that's basically, what did you say now? 3 surges?
Yeah, it's 3 surges exactly.
Holy. Okay, that I have to practice definitely.
Let's say I would want to Atro starting the rotation, right? So after my surging, boss would get staggered, right?
Yeah.
And let's say I would want to Atro here. So I would apply synergy, Maelstrom, do my cycle, press Atro here
Yeah.
into Twin Shadows, Maelstrom, ulti,
Yeah.
finish the cycle, and fit whatever is left in Atro window.
Yeah. Ideally, Soul Absorber and Void Strike again.
What should you do if you mess up your rotation and you miss skills, right? Yeah, so I would just put you guys into a few scenarios
Okay.
that could happen in a fight, and I will explain what's my thought process. If that happens to me, right? So just imagine that you would miss Soul Absorber, and that's one of the biggest gaining skills, right?
Yeah.
So we need to find a solution how to fill up the rest of the bubbles, right? So let me just play it once, right? So I would on purpose miss Soul Absorber, right? So what I can do normally is I can use my Twin Shadows and Death Sentence with Spin Cutter, and that would fill the rest of my bubbles. Just watch. So I do this, right? I use Twin Shadows again, and I need to wait for either Spin Cutter or Death Sentence,
Yeah.
and it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like normally I would just press Death Sentence here before surging because it's available,
Yeah.
and it's extra damage, right? So we don't lose as much value from having longer cycle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so once more, right, and we miss Soul Absorber, we just Twin Shadows into Spin Cutter. That's
And then
also
surge.
why I recommended you Orb Control level 5,
Yeah.
because with Orb Control level 5, you don't need to wait for Spin Cutter or Death Sentence
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, now next scenario. We would miss a Void Strike instead of missing Soul Absorber, so we would hit Soul Absorber, but we would miss Void Strike, right?
Yeah.
So this is how it goes, right? And whatever, we miss Void Strike, right?
Yeah.
So we can use
Boss moves
Twin
or
Shadows.
left.
We can use Spin Cutter, and we can finish with Death Sentence off.
Oh, okay.
That's why
okay.
I like having cooldown gem here, right? So just one more time.
Yeah.
We hit this, we miss this. We wait for Spin Cutter. And it's full.
Yeah. Okay.
So then there's the worst case scenario. We miss both of those skills, right?
Yeah.
So let me just quickly showcase how it looks like, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay, now you're missing it on purpose. Let's
now
say Void
I
Strike
hope I will
and
miss
Soul
it.
Absorber.
Yeah. Okay, good. So now we are in a very bad situation.
Yeah.
What we need to do is we need to get into two orbs, right?
Yeah.
So we use another Twin Shadows, we use Spin Cutter, and we use Death Sentence. We are at 2 orbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we need to surge at 2 orbs. We don't wait for any more skills if we happen to miss Soul Absorber and Void Strike.
Yeah, that was
Let
a
me
lot
just-
of time that just passed, right?
Yeah. Let me just briefly showcase it with actually doing everything how I would do it, right?
Miss it.
Okay.
Miss that. That's 20 seconds cooldown. That's huge, right?
Yeah.
2 bubbles. Okay. Surge.
And now we just wait for Maelstrom and Void Strike to be at 5 seconds, and you can continue the rotation.
Oh, that's a fast recovery, even though it was 2 bubble. You're basically back after 1, right? After 1 rotation.
What's important is, so let me do it like this maybe. So I mispress this, I mispress that.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have to wait. That's the worst time.
Yeah. Okay, and now I wait for Mushroom cooldown to be 5 seconds, and I just continue with the rest. Right, I get back on the track with the right rotation.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
So, positioning tips, right?
Okay.
So, you have that amazing mobility skill of Twin Shadows, right?
Yeah.
And what is so good about this skill is, like, you guys see how big Lumerus is, right? So, you can very easily get to his back by utilizing Twin Shadows while also getting full DPS out of this skill. So you stand at the back, you stand at the side, and you want to get to the back. You can use Twin Shadows for it and get a back attack out of it.
But yeah, again, just show it again.
Even if you stand like very close to the boss, right? Let me just hug him, right? Let me just hug him here. You could probably still hit back attack from this position. You just cannot go inside of him. You need to go a bit outside of him, like that. Yeah, so what can you do to get quickly back on track? Like, okay, let's say I would be here, but I couldn't reach bosses back here because there would be a wall blocking me in that spot, right? So what I would do is I would just do my twice spin cutter, spacebar, Twin Shadows. Okay, one more time because I messed it up. Double spin cutter, spacebar, Twin Shadows. I'm on the back. Other than that, you can utilize your Earth Cleaver as mobility, right? So you can basically do something like this, and you're on the back.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Twin
Shadows just allows you for a bigger, bigger window to back attack, right? Because as I showcased you before, if you just hack the boss like this, and you go a bit outside of him, you will hit back attack while standing basically here. Yeah. And what is pretty cool, you can use almost all of your skills as mobility, right? You can do this, you can do spin cutter, you can jump back with death sentence. If you are hugging the boss but he's doing big AoE attack around him, you can dash away, prepare your soul absorber, dash back in, right?
Yeah. That's the cool thing about Deathblade that I always loved.
You can even dash far away, use Earth Cleaver to go back in, right? It has a 10 meter on it, 10 meter dash, right?
Holy, yeah.
You can also use your Void Strike as mobility, right? Like, look how far am I standing, right? Yeah, I can easily reach the boss with Void Strike.
Okay.
Definitely, I think so, yeah.
Anything else you want to add to this topic, or...?
So clearly speaking about uptime, I would just say to not hold your skills and don't be afraid about front attacking your surge or some skills. So let's say if you were in position that you're doing a rotation, right? But boss moves, you can just use your skills in front and position yourself quickly to the back.
And to surge in the back again.
Yeah. And if boss turns, you don't hold it. You just send it again, and you position yourself to the back again.
Yeah, that's the thing I really liked and why I chose to swap to RE, to be honest. Because I didn't put enough importance on the surge when I played surge, because it's, you know, it wasn't a really high ult for me. And then I sometimes whiffed them into nothing or into the face, and you know, then your damage just tanks completely if you're playing surge.
Yeah.
And on RE, I feel like I play way better because I don't have that issue, right?
But yeah, like if you're at any part of your rotation, or let's even say your Maelstrom is running out and you're in front of the boss and you have your 2 big gainers to use. So you just use them. You know, you use them while positioning to the back.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool move I also like to do. So, like, I'm in front, let's say, I use my Soul Absorber to position myself to the back with utilizing spacebar. And whatever angle I will be left at, I can just use Void Strike to
get back.
Put myself in the back, yeah. But the Soul Absorber move is the most cool one, in my opinion.
Yeah, that you can.
Regarding uptime
charge up.
tips, if we can TLDR it, then I
Mhm.
would just say never stop attacking, and if you have to front attack, just front attack, but never stop attacking.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Yeah.
And be mindful with your maelstrom. So if you are watching HP bars of the boss and the boss might go invincible because of the mech or something, just don't press your maelstrom. You know, save it for after the mech.
Oh,
so
good
that's
tip.
it. You know, and other than that, just keep hitting the boss.
So the last thing we wrote down is the showcase stuff.
I have some clips prepared because I assume most of you guys watched the Garga video from Baker, right? And if you didn't, you'll surely watch it after, right?
Yeah.
So I have my own POV of that. Yeah, so here, knowing your mobility skills, right, you just travel with them as well.
Mm-hmm. You both use it kind of the same time.
Yeah, yeah. And here I'm just Atroing with full bubbles at the start, right? I'm doing one cycle into no ulti because I saved ulti for later for stagger, right? So I just did second cycle without awakening. Here you can see I'm basically always after the boss because all of my mobility skills allow me for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And here the boss is gonna knock you, so I use Turning Slash for push immunity.
Nice.
And I
yeah.
use Soul Absorber to get away from the lick.
I saw it.
mobility
Yeah.
of Soul Absorber. Let me
Holy.
just replay it, right? So
Push immunity.
this pattern, this pattern boss is always gonna knock you.
At the
so
end, yeah.
I just use push immunity here, right? And mobility of Soul Absorber here to get away from lick.
That
right?
was so nice. Yeah.
I missed the two skills here, right? Unfortunately, but I use Soul Absorber again just to position myself to the back, so I can get there faster. And here I just continue with rotating again, right?
Yeah. That's easy
Yeah.
pattern. Luckily, he's staying very stationary.
Yeah. You need to dodge those out because I didn't have push immunity, and I will push immune this attack as well with Turning Slash.
Oh, you utilize that so well. Holy.
I run away from the explosions and I go back in with usage of Twin Shadows, right? And then I just go after the boss with Death Sentence and Earth Cleaver. He's staggered here, so I'm Atro pinning instantly. I finish my cycle, right? And I just awaken.
Atro's still up if you look. Here.
Yeah. I could have used Surge again, but I was scared I might not hit it in time, so I used Death Sentence.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
smart actually, because it ran out the Atro.
And it died, you know?
Let him focus on this one. This is a Giga destroyer against him, and the Gunslinger is also Giga.
This is the best destroyer I've ever played with.
Okay, holy. But he doesn't give Gunlancer synergy, right? Don't forget that, guys.
No, he gives the regular
Yeah.
defense reduction.
I know.
synergy.
That's what I mean. He can taunt, but it's not the same.
Ah! Oh no.
Oh, no.
It's fine, we recover. Easy.
Yeah. Okay, Atro coming out. Ult. Oh, no crit on the Surge, sadly. Still pumping. So everything crits but Surge. It doesn't matter as much because it's a remaining energy build, right?
It's
only
fine,
21% of his damage comes from Surge, guys. And you have around 71, 73% crit chance, right? So it's gonna be obvious that he's not critting everything. This is not your I have a 1490 Lopango Deathblade build.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
This is a I'm cruel fighter and win every single gate in every single raid I join build.
Well, I didn't play the best, but it was a fairly decent run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have everything, guys. We have everything in the start. It's gonna be on the video. We talked about engravings. We talked about the skills and so on. Holy 49% damage, guys.
What I think is really insane is advancing Annihilator like this against a Destroyer, right?
Yeah, you do a lot of stagger. That's true in this build, Freevo.
Yeah, if you have 3 focus runes, you usually don't run into mana issues.
Yeah, exactly. But you usually run them too, no? The 3
I
focus?
usually run them too as well, yeah.
Yeah, you just swapped this time for Rage because you had the mana food. But either way, guys, you never run into those issues. Like, he's playing that to perfection, right? Like, there's almost nothing that's better. Or that you could do better or faster.
Uptime, right?
Yeah. So I, for example, I tried the build, and even in runs where I was feeling like I pumped and whatever, I never had any mana issues. And if, then you have it a bit with a bard, right? But not with the other supports, right? Artist, I think you definitely don't have any issues, right?
With Artist, I can play with 2 focus runes without food.
Yeah.
With most bards, I never run into mana issues with 3 focus runes. With some paladins, I run.
Sorry, I meant paladin earlier. I did. Yeah, I said bard, right?
Yeah,
I meant pala.
With some paladins, if they don't press their heavenly blessing often enough, I might run into mana issues. That's why I have this 4% food that is basically free, just for more comfort, right?
And that you don't have to worry about it, right?
Okay, you know what? Maybe we would do one Sonovel with your Deathblade. What do you think as the end of it?
Sure, I can do it.
Yeah, I can join on Paladin.
Okay, let's do it. Show me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I trolled. I don't have Purify, but we have Gun Lancer, so he will purify for me.
Okay, I see the seconds that I have to wait compared to yours. But it's fine. I'll get some more 9s and we'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
This is a moment that's scary for me and Ari, I feel. Where he leaves. Sometimes when I don't have full bubbles, this for adrenaline, right? Usually I spam Twin Shadows for adrenaline. Okay, put that back. I didn't get back attack, sadly. And that's the cool thing, I don't have to worry when he leaves. That my surge runs out. That was what pissed me off the most, I feel. Dude, it's so much slower, my gameplay. Holy shit, dude. After watching you, that's awful.
It's fine, you're still learning, it's okay.
Yeah, I still have to look at the skills a bit. To be honest. No! I missed my Void Strike. Is it time to ult or can I recover?
2 bubble.
2 bubble surge. Okay, wait for 5 seconds, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let's try an Atro window now. On the next. After this stagger. Stagger on the surge is pretty good, actually. Okay.
Okay, then let me stim for you. I'll even throw Nate.
I think I got it all in the window. I don't know.
Did you get a good burst?
I think I did. I messed up some skills, but I think I did.
Oh, your DPS is massive now. Okay,
Really?
if you don't mess it up, yeah, it will be one of your best runs.
No! No! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! I missed Void Strike. Okay, okay, okay. We'll recover. We'll recover. We'll recover. Oh shit. I think I should have done 2 orb. I should have 2 orb. Yeah. It's fine. Okay, base attack just to get the orbs.
Yep,
No,
And
he
it's
died.
dead.
I think that was bad, right?
it was pretty good. It was fairly decent, I would say. Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yep.
How much was it?
You'll see on the MVP screen in a sec. Yeah, and you had 28.
Dude! 44% damage? There's no way, dude. Just by watching your video?
That was a pretty nice one.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, man. Bye, Mr.
Thank you very much, man.
Freevo. Thanks for joining. Was a blast having you.
Yeah, thanks for having me and thank you, chat. Well, have a good stream. Yep.
Thank you, man.
Okay. See ya.
Bye-bye.
12 seconds later.
Holy shit. That was brain melting.